MaxSpeedTV would like to thank our partners here at MaxSpeedTV, starting with the Colby Eye Paints. If you're in the market for a new paint job for your car, check out Colby's Eye Paints on Facebook. Need a replica paint of your real-life car? Colby's Eye Paints has you covered. Check out Colby Eye Paints on Facebook. Also by Hershey Design. Hershey Design Company is your one-stop graphics shop if you're in need of an iRacing paint, league, team, or business logo, or want the logo on some sweet swag. Hit up Orion at the Hershey Design Company. You can find them on Facebook by searching HERSHY Design Company. Also by the Sim Speed Shop, simspeedshop.com. You can check them out for all your iRacing sim needs. Ohio IndyCar League jumping on board this season with as an official sponsor of MaxSpeedTV. They are also accepting not just patrons from Ohio, but from all over. Also, iBog for all your iRacing broadcast overlay graphics done specifically by Jason Allison, one of the masters at it. So thank you to Jason. And also, last but not least, Wise Guys. You can check them out at Reverb Nation. That is spelt with a Z. So check them out on Reverb Nation. We would like to thank all of the sponsors at MaxSpeedTV and partners.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Welcome, race fans. We are back this week with the SRA's SimSpeedShop.com. I got to remember the name of the change there of the Gen 6 series here for the race number 2 of their season at Atlanta tonight. going to be 130 laps. The first stage will be at lap 50. But I've got a couple of guys in the booth here with me. Jeff Dotson joining me for one. Welcome, Jeff. Good to have you.
Yep, good to be here. It should be a fun race tonight, these guys.
Yep. And I got also got Taylor Fry in the booth. Taylor, are you ready?
Oh, ready as I'll always be.
All right. And Keith Martinson, he's going to join us here for maybe he's going to kind of pay attention to chat and kind of keep an eye on pit road and things that are happening out there on the track, and he'll fill us in on that. But we better get through the points here, guys, because time is running down pretty quick here. Make sure you tune in later tonight, folks, for the OP Racing Xfinity Series. And coming up tomorrow night, the Nork iRacing Series, followed by the RFC Xfinity Series. So lots of racing here on MaxSpeedTV in the next few days. All right, coming down to the points. After last week's first race of the season, this is how the points stack up. Colin Keister is the points leader. He has 51 points. David Shutt, 4 points behind him. Delonte Ballard in third, 7 points back, tied with Freddie De La Rosa. And also another tie, Jake Nichols and Ben Nelson. Now, there was a big surprise, those two having an exact amount of points. That's a pretty amazing. But they are 9 points back. Nate Trito in 7th. He is 11 points behind. Harrison Hogan in 8th, 13 points behind, tied with Eric Sable, which is in 9th. And rounding out the top 10, Kyle Trudell, 14 points behind the leader in 10th. Jeff?
Yep, we got Bryce Senesac. He's in 11th place in points. He's 15 points back, and he's tied with Jonathan Shipman. They each have 36 points. Robert Burris is in 13th place. He is 16 points back. Zoltan Herczeg is in 14th place. He's 18 points back. And we've got Brett Pancari in 15th place. He is 19 points back. Stephanie Lessentine's in 16th. She's 22 points back from the leader. Ethan Kurtz is in 17th. He's 23 points back. Nicholas Caressel is in 18th. He's 24 points back. Brad Bothwell is tied with James Coulibaly for 19th, and they are 25 points back from the leader.
Very good, very good. So, yeah, after the first race of the season last week there, man, it's points are still pretty tight. And that was a phenomenal finish, that race last week. Totally by surprise there. We really thought Colin Keister was going to come out with the win, and had problems there at the very end and didn't get the win. But he still is the points leader. And he did win the first stage.
Yeah, so him winning that stage was what helped him get that points lead.
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
if he wouldn't have done that, it would have been David Shutt in the points lead. And looking at the points here, Rudy, all of these guys that have raced from last week, if they're all here this week, if any of them down there on the bottom, per se Tyler Sifford, of course, or Aaron Cummings or Bobby Chaney, and any of these guys, they're all in a margin of points to where if they have a good race tonight and some of those guys around them don't necessarily have a good race, they could jump up a bunch of positions.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. Well, right now, Ben Nelson is on the top of the leaderboard. Bobby Chaney second, Jake Nichols third, Jonathan Shipman fourth, and Delonte Ballard. That is the top 5 in practice. So we've got a little less than 2 minutes to go here. It is open practice, so as I'm sure there's some draft involved in that. My favorite guy there, Zoltan Herczeg, in 10th. And somebody was saying Tyler Sifford's got a new paint job on his car. Let's get down here and check out Tyler Sifford sitting on pit road. Let's see this. Oh, my gosh. You've got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. Look at that, folks. Oh, man, that is sweet. And it's got King Chemo on the hood. Look at that. The king of the crane eaters.
I can't think of a more fitting paint job than that, I'll tell you what.
Yep, from the Somewhere Saloon. Look at that. Lucid Dreaming Entertainment. Awesome. And I'm sure that was painted by Drea, because she does a phenomenal job of painting. Oh, yeah, definitely. Nice car, Chemo. Yes, sir. That was nice.
I think we are missing something here. Don't we have to wish somebody a happy birthday or something?
Oh, yeah.
Somebody in the booth tonight?
Yeah, Taylor Fry. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
How does it feel turning 14?
Feels great, man. A couple of years off, but yeah, it feels great, bet
What-
most of
Oh,
my.
so you're only 12. No, I'm just kidding.
What's the boo for, Charles? Why is he booing me? I don't get that.
You know, I'll mention this real quick. I've been a fan of racing all my life, and you know, I've seen a bunch of iRacing races, and this one may be one of the best ones tonight. So hopefully,
Yep.
we'll see how
All
this
right.
goes tonight.
We're going to step away real quick here, folks. Play the national anthem. We'll be right back.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, folks, we're back here. Qualifying is underway. And, yeah, we'll be kind of going through this. Every once in a while, you'll have to see me pop that up because of I have to talk to the guys on the track. Those of you that know from SRA, they went to Discord. And for whatever reason, I cannot get Discord to work for me. So apologize for that. We have to actually physically talk to the guys on the track. Jeff's going to probably be taking over the lead here tonight. So Jeff, what are you thinking here at Atlanta? You know, we always have difficulties at Atlanta. These guys are slick conditions and everything.
Well, as they like it, Rudy. We always know the SRA guys want to run those slick conditions. But a thing that you also got to put a pinpoint on here is Atlanta's already a slick track even without the hot, temperature conditions. I mean, I've ran Atlanta. You basically have to have, on iRacing, since this is virtual, you can set your own weather. I've basically had to have the weather as low as it will go for every setting in order to have a perfect race at Atlanta Motor Speedway. If you have that weather just set at something, totally different than just all low settings, like if you, set the temperature all the way low, but you have something else that's different or anything like it's a slick racetrack. I don't know what the surface is they've used for this track. I don't think it's asphalt because I don't have that problem anywhere else, but, I don't know. But as we know, SRA likes these slick racetracks, so it's going to be one slick race tonight, but these guys usually can handle it. So I think it's going to be a treat that we're in for here tonight with these guys in Atlanta.
Well, I would say for the most part, the reason why Atlanta is so slippery is because it is one of the most oldest currently it's one of the oldest surfaces on the track. It hasn't been repaved in quite some time, so it's probably there's probably some cracks and all that sort of stuff to make it nice and slippery. Kind of reminds of everybody from Daytona 07, how bumpy that is. That's kind of what it is here. And once they probably get it repaved, it's probably going to be like nice and smooth, and everybody can run it just fine, in the slipperiest of conditions, what it would be now. these guys are running basically, let me look at the track temperature here, 106 degrees track temperature. They're running basically the same track temperature that the North guys ran, which had tons of issues with wheel spin. So tonight we're going to be seeing a lot of wheel spins on restarts.
Right.
Especially on later runs, if people don't go down pit road and they get like they don't go down for new tires and all that sort of stuff, or they do, and that'll probably make it worse. And already in qualifying, you're seeing a lot of drivers doing a lot of slipping and sliding, and even a lot more drivers are staying out to get as much practice as they can. And
Hey, I see Bobby Zielinski's in there.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
Top 10 so far. Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, one guy I know, Rudy, is very surprised to see it up at the front. Bobby Cheney, second place.
Yeah, isn't that something, man? I am totally shocked by this. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. And he's running faster in qualifying than what he ran in practice. I mean, he's improved.
Yep.
Well, it's no surprise who the pole sitter is currently, and that's Ben Nelson. Ben Nelson he's a dominant driver pretty much everywhere I see him. In Newark, in the ASS car series, the K&N series they run, Laura, just basically any series that Ben Nelson runs in, he's always going to run good at. So, Ben Nelson, especially at Atlanta, because he runs this truck quite a bit. He's probably one of the favorites heading into tonight, no doubt.
Oh, most definitely.
Bobby Zielinski with a 9,000 I rating. Good Lord. How do you get a 9,000 I rating? Well, Ben's going to hold on to the pole, it looks like. They still got about 3.5 minutes to go here, though. And Bobby Zielinski is rolling off a pit road again. Jake Nichols, 4th. Look at Jonathan Shipman.
Yeah.
Nice. Very nice.
I was actually getting ready to mention that. Jonathan Shipman's having a really good run here tonight. And something I have noticed from him, Rudy, is that he might be one of the next most improved drivers over here at SRA. I mean, we've talked about that with Cody Miller in the past. Zoltan Herczeg could be the next one. Well, it looks like maybe Jonathan Shipman may be in the role for that next.
Well, he was one of the old guys from back in the day when we used to all race together. And, because all of us, he was kind of like one of the core guys. And I remember him being maybe a little above average driver. And, man, I'm telling you what, he is way above average now. He is definitely a whole lot better than he was back in the day when we used to all race together, So now he made his mark known last season. Was in the playoffs, the championship. Got eliminated there right down to the last couple of runs there. So he made himself. Everybody knew that he was in there for the running. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and I can't remember if it was or not, but I believe that might have been his first appearance in their chase.
Sure, could have been. All right, well, we're coming down to the wire here, guys. And I'd like to thank the sponsor here, Sim Speed Shop. Well, they sponsor a lot of things.
Yeah,
they're an official sponsor of MaxSpeedTV. They're sponsoring SRA this season. And I see a lot of other leagues out there that actually throw that out there. And we also have a car in here that is sponsored by Sim Speed Shop. That's Jake Nichols' car. And Sim Speed Shop's everywhere. All right, folks, we're coming down to, we got about a minute and a half left here.
We're expecting 25, 26, if not 27 drivers tonight, so it's going to be packed tonight.
Mm-hmm.
We still have some drivers that are coming out to take some of their laps, and if I remember correctly, there's not a set amount of laps that these guys can run, so definitely a lot of drivers want to come out early, get as much practice time as they can, because any practice time at a slippery track is valuable time. And if you wait long enough, the track may be mostly gone, and you're not going to get as much speed as other drivers would.
There, James Coulibaly just jumped to 20th on the board. It was a nice time there. The number 15, 20th on the board. So knocking Nicholas Kressel down to 21st. And it looks like the people that have not qualified, Stephanie Lessentine, Aaron Cummings, Sean Williams, Josh Robin, Keith Martinson, and Garrison Hogan. Keith, are you not going to qualify?
I'm not racing.
Oh, you're not going to race? Oh.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought you were going to.
Nope.
Heck, I'd turn a couple laps just to get the points.
Just gonna be like Wally Dallenbach and race while commentating at the same time.
Well, why not? Why not get the points?
Oh, I just, nah.
Just be
okay.
I was having far too much trouble out there. All I needed was a roadblock.
A nice little start in park.
Right.
More like practice in park.
All right, Ben Nelson has the pole by 0.05 of a second over Bobby Cheney. And Jonathan Shipman will be in third. So, yeah, top four are separated by under 1/10 of a second.
Yeah, it's going to be a little slick out here for the guys, I think. All right, well, that's going to wrap up qualifying. Get down through the grid here once they get on the grid. All right, the MaxSpeedTV starting grid. Ben Nelson does take the pole with a 30.012, almost a 30-second flat. Man, that's pretty awesome. Bobby Cheney on the outside of the front row, close by. Man, that's good to see Bobby up there actually having a great qualifying time. In row 2, we got Jonathan Shipman and Jake Nichols. Row 3, Nate Trito and David Schutt. Row 4, Zoltan Herzeg, my boy, right there in 7th place. Nick Northrup, 8th. In row 5, we got Delonte Ballard in 9th, and Bobby Zielinski will round out the top 10 here. Jeff?
Yep. Eric Sable will start in 11th
Finish
place
him up.
tonight. Eric Sable will start in 11th place tonight, and Kyle Trudell will start in 12th. Robert Burris will start 13th, Brett Picari in 14th. Brad Bothwell 15th, Anthony Emery in 16th. Bryce Senesac will start 17th with Ethan Kurtz in 18th. Starting 19th is Tyler Sifford, James Coulibaly in 20th. Starting 21st is Nicholas Caressel. Stephanie Lessentine's in 22nd. Sean Williams is 23rd. Garrison Hogan 24th. Josh Robin 25th. Aaron Cummings 26th, rounding out the field.
Yep, and Keith not in the show. Picking on you, buddy.
I'm in the show. I'm just up here instead.
Just up here, yeah. All right, so under 30 laps, but we're looking for lap 50 for the first stage here, folks.
Stage points are going to be valuable today, especially
Yes.
how close everybody is on points. They need extra points. There's going to be a ton of drivers that are on the bottom of the points heading into today's race that are going to jump up 5, 6, maybe 7 spots. I'm going to do a quick prediction here and say Bobby Cheney is going to at least jump up double-digit spots. Because I want to say like 10 to 15 because he's been relatively decent throughout practice and qualifying, and with these stage points, he's probably going to get a lot of bonus points. Also counting the fact that there's going to be a couple drivers that are above him that haven't joined us tonight.
Hey.
Especially Keith.
Look at that. Bobby Cheney driving the Baby Ruth.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, maybe that'll bring him good luck out there today. Nice.
Should do it.
Yeah. I love it. Baby Ruth.
$130 laps here at Atlanta. It seems long, but they'll go by relatively quick, especially this first stage. Now, who knows what we'll see these drivers do? Some may be aggressive, some may be conservative. And with these stage points, we're going to, at the start, we're going to be seeing a lot of conservative racing, but near the end of the stage, we're going to be seeing some aggressive racing, and the same will be said for the final stage.
All right, pace car heads into pit road.
Green, green, green.
And there's the green flag. We're underway for round number 2 here at SRA's SimSpeedShop.com Gen 6 Series here at Atlanta Motor Speedway tonight. And a good start there for Ben Nelson. Looks like Bobby Cheney really didn't get that start he hoped for, as Jonathan Shipman will move into second place.
Looking to the inside, Jonathan Shipman side by side for the lead, coming down the back straightaway, dead even to the stripe. Now entering turn number 1, Benjamin.
Wow!
Ben Nelson will give it up, but look at that crossover move by Ben Nelson.
Yeah.
Quickly looking back to the inside. Who's going to lead the first lap? Bonus point will go to Jonathan Shipman for the first lap being led today, but Nelson is still on that back on the back bumper. Now the inside is clear for Shipman, and it looks like Ben Nelson's giving up a lot of room. And here comes Bobby Cheney in third place. Will he make the move? Ooh, got a couple drivers swirling back to the back, but they keep it straight. It looks like it'll be close to side by side for second. Ben Nelson riding that apron. Bobby Cheney keeping 2 wheels off of the white line.
Oh, we got a caution here. Let's go back and take a look at this and see what happened.
All right, so Brett going around. Let's go back and take a look here and see if we can get an up-close shot of this. Of what happened.
Sean Williams was involved in it, and a lot of cars actually. Man, this is like Talladega here. This is a big one.
Yikes.
Oh, yeah, we got a couple there that were diving around, but, oh, right there. Bryce Senesac, I think, is the one that started that.
Yeah.
He hit the wall. He got sideways right in front of Tyler Sifford. Sifford dives to the outside trying to miss him. And I think that kind of stacked people up. Oh, there we go. Ethan Kurtz and the number 77 there, Nicholas Caressel, James Coulibaly, and the 22 of Stephanie Lessentine bounces off of him. Sean Williams is going to get the worst of that. Oh, my.
Yeah, that's a real shame there. I mean,
yeah.
It just looked like that it was just a chain reaction, crash. I mean, because you seen Bryce Senesac hit the wall. Tyler Sifford tried to miss him and done a very good job at missing him. But as close as Tyler was to the 20 car of Ethan Kurtz, when that kind of transpired, it kind of got Ethan, I guess, kind of scared. And when he jerked the wheel, he didn't know that the 77 of Nicholas Caressel was there and just caused a crash.
Yep. Well, a lot of the guys pitted, but the front 6 stayed out. Jonathan Shipman, Ben Nelson, Bobby Cheney, Jake Nichols, Zoltan Herzeg, and Delonte Ballard all stayed out. And it looks like Nate Trito is going to be the first one off the pit road.
Yes, sir. And I was just astounded by the speed that Jonathan Shipman carried on that initial race start, and just the initiative that he was really showing, just the fire that he had on that start there. I've never seen him drive like that before. It was just like a whole different person in that race car.
Oh,
it was like
it was.
It was like he was racing with 5 laps to go and not the first 2 laps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. Why not?
Okay.
Looks like maybe mostly everybody will continue to have their lap back, but I'm entirely sure. It looks like everybody will stay on the lead lap except for Ethan Kurtz.
I wonder where Becky and Drea are tonight.
Don't know.
They're usually in chat. I haven't seen them. The only one I see in there,
hiding.
I see the King Cran Eater Chemo's in there, though.
As an update, we still have Ethan Kurtz and Sean Williams in the pits fixing their damage.
Yes, sir. Yep. Now, Sean Williams is now pulling off pit road, but he has major damage on that number 89 Chevrolet, so we'll see how that fares out for him. But at a track like Atlanta, it might be a little bit of too too much damage and might cause some issues, but we'll see how that goes for him. But it looks like James Koulibaly, and he's going to come down pit road along with Brett Pancari, so they're going to come back in for some service. But back up front here to your race leader, Jonathan Shipman, as the lights are out in the pace car and they're double filing back up. We're getting ready to go back green flag racing here from Atlanta.
We'll see what the guys behind the top 6 will do with these fresh tires. It's only a couple laps, but fresh tires is always an advantage no matter what track it is.
And it's also a given here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. I mean, you know, with the way the track surface is, and we talked about this earlier, that's something else to take in perspective here. This track surface is so old, it eats up your tires very quickly. So
exactly.
Just a little bit of laps will be a big difference with fresh tires compared to old tires. So I think these up front guys are kind of going to be in that, I guess you could say, sucker hole, or they're going to, drivers behind them are going to be like piranhas eating at them.
All right. Base car 3 and 4. About ready to make that left turn. Down pit road they go. Waiting for the green flag. Back to the gears we go. Green flag back to the gear here in Atlanta.
That was a good restart for Jonathan Shipman. He hit his marks just right, and he got enough of a little bit of a lead to dive down where he needed to go. And now everybody's trying to figure out where they want to be on the racetrack right now.
We're in the wall. We got trouble.
Big crash inside. Ooh, that was not good. Let's go back and take a look at this as the caution does come out. I seen cars number 4 and 9 involved in this. Car number 9 is Eric Sable, and car number 4 is Anthony Emery. So let's go back and take a look.
Yeah, that looked pretty rough right there. It looked like maybe somebody bounced off the wall, but we're going to see here again as they get ready to go. I'm on Anthony Emery, and I think he was just a little bit ahead here. They went 3 wide around the number 99. And, boy, I'll tell you what, Anthony Emery is driving the wheels off of that thing right now. He did bounce off the wall, and he come right down and collected Eric Sable. And then along comes somebody else here. It's Brett Pancari. He just barely missed him.
Yeah.
He hit the wall, though. But we're going to have more guys tore up here tonight. Dang.
But it's the same thing we just saw that last caution, Rudy, except it was a different corner.
Yep.
All right, so it looked. Yeah, I think it is, yeah.
Some of the front runners went down pit road, but the top 2 stayed out.
No top. Well, there's some more that stayed out that wasn't in the top 2. We got Bobby Zielinski staying out. Nick Northrup stays out. David Shutt stays out. And that's it, I think. Well, no, there's another one behind David Shutt. Who's that? Kyle Trudell. And I think Robert Burr stayed out too. Yeah, he did. Wow, a lot of them stayed out there, really, to be honest. But the ones that actually were up front that stayed out was Jonathan Shipman and Bobby Chaney. They didn't come down pit road.
The guys that just got tires, they only put like what, half a lap of green flag race in it. So,
and most of them didn't do a bad idea. They come back down for fresh tires again. I mean, as we said, this track surface is the oldest. It is the roughest, so it will eat your tires. So I think with those guys still, even though they only got about half a lap on them or a lap, you know, it's still good to come down and get you some fresh tires, get you some fresh rubber, because this is virtual racing. You don't have a tire allotment here. You don't have a set. You can come down anytime you want and get however many tires you want. You've got an unlimited supply. So, I mean, it's just that, you know, nature of things, and, you know, kind of in the virtual aspect of things, it's kind of neat to kind of see something like that, because it'll actually keep you in the, you know, circle here, I guess you could say, and actually give you a chance to get back up front and be a little bit better than somebody that may have not had some strategy and stayed out, like Jonathan Shipman or Bobby Chaney. You know, they're on the oldest set of tires right now. You know, all these guys behind them fresher than what they are. So I'm going to be kind of curious here to see how these two restart.
Well, one person that will benefit the most out of this is Sean Williams. He can go back down pit road and possibly fix up that damage if he still has any damage to be repaired. So, because
We got 2 drivers out of the race now. Eric Sable and Brett Punkari both take their cars behind the wall.
yeah, it looks like, yeah, I think Josh Robin may be another one. Eric Sable took a big hit to that inside wall, so.
Yeah, Josh is he's in it.
Okay.
He's just blinking.
All right.
He does that a lot. Sadly, he does that a lot. So Josh can fool you sometimes. I mean, he's a trooper out here trying his best to race, but there's some races that he's good, and in some races he'll start blinking like that, and you'll think and he could be going for a lap, and you think he X'd out, you know, or you think he just quit, but then all of a sudden he's like, "Poop, I'm back. I'm not going," you know.
Right. Right, lights are out.
Yes, they are. They're going to double file back up here, and we're going to get this race back to green flag conditions. Hopefully Jonathan Shipman will have a good restart that he had last time, but with these guys behind him on fresher tires than what he's on, might be a bit of a challenge. Same thing for Bobby Cheney. We've got Bobby Zielinski behind Jonathan Shipman here, so we know that with him up front, there's going to be a force to reckon with because he's one of the faster drivers out here tonight, and we're going to see how he'll play out on this restart here and see if he can get by Jonathan Shipman and Bobby Cheney, or see maybe if they can hold these guys off on those older tires.
So far, with the amount of laps that we've completed, Bobby Cheney is the fastest, but until we get a longer green flag run, that may change.
It may possibly do. May possibly change. We'll see here. We've also got Nick Northrup up front here. That's good to see Nick up here running as well. And we're getting ready for that pace car to dive back into pit road. They got one more turn. All right, pace car heads back in pit road.
Green flag, green flag.
There's green flag. We're back underway here at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the SRA SimSpeedShop.com Gen 6 Series.
Bobby Zielinski with a great restart. He'll take second place away from Bobby Cheney.
Yeah, no surprise there. Bobby Zielinski is a powerhouse driver out here at SRA, but I was actually pretty surprised with Jonathan Shipman on that restart. He'd done an excellent job.
He gained a little bit of a gap, but now it looks like Bobby Zielinski is starting to close that gap quite a bit.
Yes, he is. And it looked like we had Nick Northrup looking to pass on the outside there of David Shutt, but he just can't quite make the pass right now as we got Kyle Trudell coming up on the inside here looking to pass him.
Top six single filed out.
Yep, they all single filed out after they figured out, well, if we can't pass at the moment, so we're just going to ride it out for the moment. We got
nose to tail action for the lead. That was close.
Yeah, we got Robert Burris on the high side here of Ben Nelson and Zoltan Hertzeg. He's trying to get around Ben Nelson as Zoltan's trying to get around Robert. And Zoltan will indeed get around Robert, as you can indeed see that low line is the better line right now for passing.
Well, you say.
Yep, Bobby Zielinski's to the outside here. He's passing Jonathan Shipman. He'll clear him and takes the lead. Bobby Cheney also going backwards as he just got passed by David Shutt and Nick Northrup, and now he falls into the clutches of Kyle Trudell.
The fresher tires are definitely an advantage, just even if they're just a couple laps. It's with this surface, it's an advantage nonetheless.
Well, the thing that's interesting here is you can see that Jonathan Shipman has the same tires that Bobby Cheney has, but yet Bobby Cheney's tires are wearing more than what Jonathan's is. He is keeping it up front up here.
Two and a half, 10-second lead for Bobby Zielinski as Jonathan Shipman has a beer full of the 42 and David Shutt as David goes underneath, trying to take the second spot away from Jonathan Shipman.
Yeah, he's going to have to give him a fight, though. Jonathan's really testing him here. He's really trying to keep it in second place, and he's doing a fair job at it right now. As you see, David Shutt did lose a little ground there as they dove into turn 3.
And it looks like the middle line will start to gain more grip as this race goes on, because we saw Bobby Zielinski take the lead on the outside, even though it was with fresh tires. The outside lead can still be quite a big factor if everybody knows how to drive it right.
Exactly. Yeah, you can see Jonathan Shipman and David Shutt was testing that outside lane there through turn 1, but they dove it right back down at the bottom through turn 2. And here comes David Shutt diving in turn 3 on the bottom, trying to pass Jonathan Shipman once again.
Dead even. David is not cleared yet. Now it looks like David is able to almost clear. Yeah, he got him to the line, but he's not cleared just yet. And now he's
still not cleared. Jonathan Shipman putting up a fight on the high side. Here he comes back off turn 2. Wow, look at that powerhouse move. And he passes him right back and keeps second held in place here as he caught up to Bobby Zielinski.
I am very surprised by Jonathan Shipman doing that on older tires. Not only holding on for second place on the outside, but also not losing much ground to the leader while battling.
No, not at all. Now he goes back to the high side. Here comes Nick Northrup. Wow, he had a run there on David Shutt. And that closed up real quick, and he had to get back in line. Well, most of the top 10 now is single file. I'm not seeing a battle for... Oh, here comes one. Zoltan Herczeg just pulled out. He's trying to get around Kyle Trudell on the bottom. Jake Nichols just passed Ben Nelson here, and Ben Nelson will fall back to 9th position. He is your pole sitter, and he's got Robert Burris and Delonta Ballard behind him as well. Delonta trying to get around Robert here, but that is, we always see Jake Nichols and Ben Nelson racing around one another. I think they're more the rivals over here at SRA, and now we've got Jake Nichols challenging Bobby Chaney for position. Ben's most definitely trying to save tires here, I'm pretty sure.
Ben Nelson did that during the Nork race, so he's really good at saving tires.
Well, the master tire saver of SRA doesn't seem to be here tonight, and that's Ariotti.
Jonathan Shipman's now falling back a few spots.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, Nick Northrup. Yeah, here comes Zoltan Herczeg looking to pass him now as well. Ooh.
Nearly had a little bit of the tires in the dirt.
Yeah. I think Jonathan Shipman's tires have finally fallen off after he was racing with those guys up there. I mean, he was really racing those guys hard. And the more you do that, the more you're going to wear your tires down.
Correct.
But Zoltan was not able to complete the pass, and he'll just fall back in line here as we've got Jake Nichols still battling Bobby Chaney back here for the 7th position. And he finally clears him that time at the line, and Jake Nichols will move into 7th. Bobby Chaney back to 8th. You got Delonta Ballard back here racing with the 99 of Nate Trado, but there was no action taken there as they'll fall back into place and keep their respective positions.
We're seeing a lot of guys testing out that outside line.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when you're a race car driver racing a race, you have to test every lane on the racetrack just to see where your car runs best. So, I mean, from time to time, from lap to lap, we're going to see these drivers trying different things. We'll see a driver taking the very low side right down to that white line. We'll see a driver driving right through the middle of the corner. And we may see him right up on that old Larson line right up by the wall.
Jake Nichols into 6th, getting by Kyle Trudell.
Jake Nichols moves up another position, getting by Kyle Trudell here. He's in 6th now, and he's on the mission to get up to the front as his next two pieces of competition here is Zoltan Herczeg and Jonathan Shipman. As Zoltan Herczeg passes Jonathan Shipman, but he's battling back.
Man, that's what a line David Shutt's running. Believe me. Unbelievable.
Man. Zoltan Herczeg still battling Jonathan Shipman, and there he finally clears him, and he will move into 4th position.
We're halfway through this stage. And
yes, we are.
And we have a 2/10 gap between 1st and 2nd, and it looks like it is being maintained fairly well by Bobby Zielinski.
Very, very well. But he is... I do see David Shutt closing up on him a little bit every lap, but then it seems like he loses a little bit and has to gain it back.
It looks like in 3 and 4 he'll be able to catch him a little bit. Then turns 1 and 2 loses a little bit of time.
Jake Nichols now has his sights set
Shutt.
on Jonathan Shipman.
Shutt looking to take the
Shutt looking
lead.
to pass.
Oh.
Oh!
We got tight and he had to let out.
Yeah, he did.
That's
Man.
that was gonna hurt him, but I'm surprised that he didn't drop back farther than I expected. It
No.
looked like,
Who's
he had to
missing?
let out a lot.
Colin Keister's missing.
You know, Colin Keister here tonight after having great runs in both the Xfinity Series and Cup Series last week. No sight of him here tonight. But, man, that was a great effort from David Shutt trying to get the lead from Bobby Zielinski, but this didn't quite work out. We see Zoltan Herczeg. Oh, he's getting loose off of turn 2. Oh, but he saves it. Nice job.
Great save.
Yeah. While we were mentioning that, Jake Nichols did get around Jonathan Shipman, and now he's looking to pass Zoltan Herczeg. David Shutt looking to the outside here. He's trying something different, but I don't really think it's going to work. He didn't catch up to him good enough there. But, man, David Shutt trying everything that he knows to try to get around Bobby Zielinski here and take that lead. And Zoltan Herczeg was fighting with Jake Nichols. In the midst of all that, gets around Nick Northrup.
There's battles all over this track.
Yeah. Go back a ways here a little bit. We got Bobby Chaney battling Kyle Trudell. Bobby's trying to get around him on the high side.
Jake Nichols up in 4th. One of the fastest, has the fastest lap of today's race. So was Bobby Chaney earlier. Now it's Jake Nichols.
Let's go back here and check on some of these other guys. Now, Nate Trado back in 12th place. He started 5th. He's way back here. Superflow. That's from the Days of Thunder, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just running Days of Thunder car. And Tyler Sifford, 13th, coming from 19th position up to 13th in the Crayon Eaton car. Yes, sir. Chemo's favorite car right there. Sponsored by the Somewhere Saloon in Kansas City, Colorado. Hopefully everybody's tuning in tonight there. If they are, hello to everybody there at Kansas City and the Somewhere Saloon. It's always 5 o'clock there. Always. Garrison
Crayons
Hogan.
do have a
14th.
nutritional value, you know.
But, yeah, well, they have good food. I can attest to that. Man, I've never eaten it, but I'll tell you what. I've seen some of the pictures of the menus of some of their food that they put on the table. Oh my gosh, unbelievable! Looks just like, oh, you could just dig right in. You know, the picture just looks amazing.
Yeah,
we got a 3-car battle here. We better make that about 5 cars.
Yeah, 5 cars exactly.
Ben Nelson's in it.
I was gonna say Zoltan is joining this picture up here, and I know Rudy must be loving that.
Oh, I love Zoltan. I think he's a great driver. You know, we were talking about this before the race. Keith asked me why I liked Zoltan so much, and I said, well, he was the underdog driver a couple of seasons ago, and last season he come out and he ran really well, but he missed a couple of races. And if he wouldn't have missed those races, he would have been bidding for the championship. And he had some, the last couple of races of the season last season, he had nothing to lose. And here goes David Shutt looking to the inside of Bobby Zielinski again, but he's not going to be able to find the grip down there.
Looks like that inside line is just losing all the grip that it once had.
I mean, that's just a, product of Atlanta Motor Speedway. I mean, once you really get the track rubbered in. Oh, yeah.
Boy.
Ooh. But yeah, once you get the track rubbered in, you're going to lose that. You're going to lose that bottom lane.
I got a battle for second. Zoltan going to go underneath. David Shutt.
Yep. He's being pressured by Jake Nichols right now. Look at that slide job up in front of him. Slide job.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Almost.
And here goes a crossover. David Shutt trying to come back. I haven't said that since, wow, a long time. I think it was last season I said that. Look at that run, just shut, just drove right back all around him.
Oh,
And
Shut!
he can't do it.
Wow.
I was gonna say Shutt was gonna pull a slide job of his own.
Yep.
And even Jake Nichols is going to take this into consideration, and he's on the outside now.
Yes, sir. Ew, Shutt got really tight right there. Whoa. And here goes Jake Nichols now looking to the inside of Zoltan. And he's going to get second.
Yeah.
Bobby Zielinski watching all this in his rearview mirror. He knew Jake was going to be coming. He sees Ben Nelson back there. It's about to get pretty hot up here in the lead right now.
It is.
And this is all for stage points. Everybody wants these bonus points because everybody's so close to each other in the points.
You betcha.
Doesn't matter how far down you are in the points, they're so tight that somebody from 11th place in the points could easily come up to first place with a stage win.
They could.
13 to go for the first stage.
Oh, this this battle for second's heating up. It's almost 3-1.
Gosh, look at this. Ben Nelson.
Right
Nelson that was a good way to bring it back to the front. Nelson just out of nowhere almost made it 3-1 for the second spot.
Yeah, well, we always know these guys at SRA, none of them's afraid to take it 3 wide no matter what the lap of the race is.
No way.
No matter what track, what corner, what speed, doesn't matter. They'll take it 3 wide.
Zoltan closes right up on the back bumper there of Bobby Zielinski. You know, but as we always say every week, getting there and, closing up on them is one thing. Getting by them's a whole nother story.
Exactly.
That's common when you're racing. Catching them's one. Oh, Ben Nelson sideways.
Oh my gosh, how did he save that?
How did he save that?
And never lost any speed.
That was awesome.
He
Wow.
lost it again after coming through the dog leg section.
Yep. Oh, they need tires right now. They've been, as much as he probably was saving, I think he finally turned it up a little bit there. He said, well, I've saved enough. I need to get back into it here if I'm going to get any stage points.
Cross the line, it'll be 10 to go.
I think it's funny that Ben Nelson and Jake Nichols are tied for 5th and 6th right there. They take up 5th and 6th in the points. And, man, tied. 9 points behind Colin Keister, which is not here tonight. David Shutt, second. Delonte Ballard, third. And Delonte's back in 9th place right now, all by himself.
Yeah.
The points are going to definitely change this week.
We're going to shuffle like a deck of cards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, especially with the point leader, Colin, not being here. He's going to lose a ton of spots.
Jake Nichols got a little loose off that exit. Now I want to point this out real quick that I think the farthest that the leader has been as all race long, even with this long green flag run, is probably less than a second. So, these guys, everybody up front has been having the same amount of speed that the leader has had, which is, it's making some great racing here, great aggressive racing.
Hey, there's Becky. There's Becky. I didn't see you, Becky. Hey, good to see you, Becky. I haven't seen Drea yet, though.
She's in there.
Ooh, and Ben Nelson's going to get around David Shutt, maybe. And look at Jake Nichols putting the pressure. They're going to go 3. They might even go 4 wide.
The lead. Oh my God, they almost went 4
wide.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh.
Man, these guys are really testing.
I'm telling you, man, they are dropping the hammer right now. All 5 of these.
Still 7 to go in the stage.
Wow, Jake Nichols really tight right there.
Yeah, I mean, just look at the battle he's been having for like the past. Oh!
Touch and a little contact there between Jake and Zoltan.
Yeah. But I was going to say, just look at the battle that these two have been having for like the past 10 laps. They just can't get around each other. It's like,
and Ben Nelson's sitting right there. He's got, watching all this transpire right ahead of him. David Shutt.
That's some great racing for some valuable points.
Yeah. I mean, usually, people want to be racing for the lead, but these guys are just racing for second position.
I'm telling you, this is wild stuff right now, Jake Nichols.
Yes, it is. And this is all happening right in the this.
Zoltan keeps getting that run.
Yeah. I thought Ben Nelson was going to take him 3 wide right there, and then he started getting loose, and he had to back out of it.
Ben's there.
This is all happening in the mirror of Bobby Solinsky. Solinsky is just trying to drive away, but he just can't get.
Ben into third.
Oh, here he comes.
And he's not done yet. Wow, did he drive it in there?
Wow.
Ben Nelson, where did that come from?
I'm telling you.
Oh, he's getting loose.
Oh, no. Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
Wow. Oh, man, I can't believe he saved that.
Wow. But that right there just shows you how old his tires are and how worn they are. I mean, just why he can't even keep it up front with the tires.
And why he is such a great driver. Because I wouldn't have been able to come out of that.
There he's timing it in again. As those guys go way up the racetrack, I think he's probably going to lose it again. I don't know.
Oh, no, he held on to it.
Yeah, wow.
He had a little wiggle, but it wasn't as bad as last lap.
Yeah, but he still had to back out and wasn't able to get around Zoltan.
True.
Zoltan's just been a powerhouse since he's got up here to second place.
But see, that's the line right now. That high side is the line coming out of the corner.
Yeah.
And that's how Zoltan's been able to hold off Ben Nelson.
I don't think he's going to this time.
Yeah, he's got to drive it in there really deep, and he did that time.
Yeah, he's got
and they're side by side with.
Got the nose
my
ahead.
God.
Oh man, because that outside line on the exit is just prevailing a lot more than the inside line is.
Well, if you notice, Bobby Zielinski's dropped it down in front of Ben now. He says, "Nope, you're not going to get that inside line to get by me."
I was gonna if Bobby goes to the inside in turn number 1, he's gonna have to deal with
2 to go.
With Zoltan. Oh no, he's gonna keep it.
There he goes. Gonna drive it in there hard again. And is he gonna come out okay? Yeah, boy, he come out pretty smooth that time.
He did, yeah.
But Zielinski, wow, I'm telling you.
Oh.
Oh, both of them catch the apron just a little. See what Zoltan can do when he comes back on the outside. Boy, you can almost smell a wreck getting ready to happen here.
Yeah, you can.
I'm watching the cockpit of Nelson. He is fighting this.
Wow.
Wheel.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Look at this.
White flag lap here. This is the last lap of this stage.
He does get second from Zoltan, but man, that car is a handful.
He's losing it. Oh, he's still fighting it.
Whoa. Save it, buddy. Save it. He did.
Wow.
And he never even lifted off of the gas pedal, I'm telling you.
No.
Great race.
And this is it right here, man. I'm telling you, congratulations to Bobby Zielinski for winning the stage. Man, what a battle all the way to the end, guys.
Wow.
That was
man, I'm telling you, that was wild and crazy. So Bobby Zielinski winning the stage.
I'm telling you, Ben Nelson had at least 5 opportunities to spit it out, and he never did.
I kind of wish now Ben Nelson would have won the stage so we could talk to him. Wow, that was crazy good. Well, guys, you want me to open the mic here and you can talk to the winner, or you want to wait till they pit, or how do you want to do this?
I'll wait till they pit.
Yeah,
okay.
I want to let him pit first, and then we'll talk to Mr. Solinsky. Oh man, what a race!
Wow.
I'm telling you. This great race, this great racing is what I've been waiting 17 years for.
Yep. You can't go anywhere and see racing like this. As many leagues that I do, and they're all great races. Please don't nobody ever take that the wrong way. But I'm telling you, these guys right here, I've never seen driving like that. That Ben Nelson just put on and come out of here with a second place in that stage, just absolutely off the chain. You can't top that.
And that's incredible coming from a guy who's been commentating for like how long?
Yeah, almost 7 years.
Yeah. So you've had a lot of experience with especially on iRacing.
Oh yeah.
The amount of leagues and how much racing goes on. And, yeah.
This is just crazy.
All for the lead, and and they kept it. None of them. There was a little bit of contact, so it wasn't. you know, it wasn't like scratches free or anything like that. But I don't see many major dents to many of these cars.
Well, Bobby Zielinski's got a pit back there a ways now. Let's see. And Ben Nelson had to back up in his pit stall.
Man,
God,
not
that's
what
costly.
he needed after having that good of a run.
No, sure didn't. All right, well, I'm going to open the mics here if you want to talk to him, Jeff. All right.
Yep, just let me get my thing muted here, and I'll get with him.
Okay. Go for it.
Is that Cole Trickle?
Mr. Zielinski, you got a copy?
Yes.
Well, congratulations on that stage win, my friend. Tell us how it feels. And, man, you must have had a mirror full of that battle back behind you.
Yeah, for sure I did. But I was able to just hold on there for the whole run. They're pretty sure they're all faster than me, so it's going to be hard to try to win this.
Well, we know you're one fast driver out here too, Bobby, and man, you are showing it here in this first stage, well, the only stage here for SRA. But man, what's your thoughts on the rest of this race and what you think you need to do in order to keep it up front and go for a win tonight?
Well, the simple things are like not make any mistakes or do anything dumb like that, but I just need to figure out the track, I think, because, yeah, definitely the guys behind me are faster at the moment, and, yeah, I just need to figure out the track a little better.
Well, we could see it looked like Ben Nelson's tires were almost gone there, the way that car was looking. But what's your car feeling like out there on that run after this pit stop here before that stage finished? Was those tires about shot?
I think everyone's tires are shot, but I think the real issue is the setup we have tonight is like the tightest thing ever, and it's terrible. Anyway, it just plows on entry to the center of the corner, and yeah, I can't personally stand it, but it's the same for everybody.
Yeah, well, on an old racing surface like this, how much more of a challenge does that make, knowing that the setup is tighter than what you really normally want it to be, and making your tires do that?
Well, yeah, the surface has little grip, so you get really tight through the center and the entry of the corner, and then you get really loose and sideways on the exit, so it's a handful.
Sounds like it. Well, you're doing an excellent job out there right now, Robbie, so congratulations on getting that stage win, and good luck in the rest of the race.
Thank you.
All right, we'll get them back to green here, Jeff, and one more time. David Shutt, second, Jake Nichols third, Zoltan Herzog fourth, and Jonathan Shipman fifth. So really the front hasn't changed. The only thing that's changed is that we've had Bobby Chaney up there earlier and Ben Nelson. I've seen Ben Nelson make that huge mistake there on pit road and had to back up and pit all that. It's so costly. And that put him clear back to 10th on this restart.
Yeah, it really did. And I don't know what happened to Bobby Chaney after his tires fell off. It just seemed like he could never really get that car back to going. So now he's got some fresh tires here, so maybe hopefully he can maybe pick up a few positions.
All right, here we go. Get going, Jeff. There's Drea. How you doing, Drea? Hey, I love Tyler's car, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, it really is awesome. All right, pace car heads back into pit road. And there's a green flag. We're back underway here at Atlanta for the SimSpeedShop.com Gen 6 Series here for SRA. And we've had an amazing race in that stage. And now this is the rest of the race to the checkered flag. And we'll see what these guys have in store for us for this portion of the race. But, man, a good restart there for Bobby Zielinski. Look at how much of a gap he's got between these guys. And, oh, look at that. Jonathan Shipman was really pulling out there, getting kind of squirrely, looking to get around these guys. Man, he's got a really fast race car on those fresh tires.
Bobby Zielinski has a pretty big gap so far, but this battle for second, it's like we never even went under caution for the stage.
No, I mean, these guys are just picked right back up where they left off when that stage caution came out. Oh, man, these guys are just having a blast right now. The only guy that's missing out on the fun due to that pit incident there that he had to back up is Ben Nelson.
However, Ben Nelson is quickly tracking him back up. He restarted 10th. He's already back up to 7th position. He's getting up there as quick as he possibly can.
Yeah, he just passed Nate Trado there for 7th. And now Nate's trying to battle back on the outside, but I don't think he's just going to be able to quite make it back with Ben Nelson on those new tires on that bottom lane.
You know, and that's something that we don't normally see. Ben has his nights where he does not make any mistakes like that, and then he has his nights where we may see him do it once or twice during the race. So, but you know, it always seems to be at the most inopportune time. You know, really needed to have a perfect pit stop right there and get off of pit road so he could be right up there with Bobby Zielinski, Zoltan, David Schutt, and Jake Nickel. But unfortunately, that just a couple of seconds there that he needed to back up and pull back ahead, that's how much it cost him. About 8 positions.
Yeah, it was a lot.
But he's coming. He's coming up on Nick Northrup next.
Let's look back here again. Bobby Chaney has fallen a couple positions from the race restart. He's back to 13th now, so that car is struggling. And he's got Garrison Hogan in the 3 car behind him. And there's Bryce Sinesak, the guy we saw in that one crash there a while back in the stage. And he's back here in 15th. He's trying to get around Bobby Chaney on that outside lane. We'll see what Bobby looks like he's going to be able to hold him off. But Garrison Hogan will get around him here for the point being. But, man, Bryce still there on the high side.
Well, Ben Nelson just took the 6th spot away. Now he's hard charging this 4-car pack that Bobby Zielinski has left behind.
Yeah, moving up the field a little bit here. We've got Tyler Sifford making the pass on Robert Burris to move into the 11th position. Kyle Trudell's above him, trying to get the pass on to Lance Ballard, move into 9th.
And Kyle has really turned up the heat this season too, a lot more than last season. You know, this is good to see this many good drivers. No, and I'm going to say this, and Jeff, we've talked about this many times before. When you're out there, these guys learn off of those great drivers like Marcus Richards, Bobby Zielinski, Jake Nichols, and Ben Nelson. These guys learn off of them. It's good to be in a league that you have such good, hard charging drivers like that. You know that you can learn from. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, you know, these drivers, you know, they go and, you know, become pro drivers, and they still, you know, come back to their old league and, you know, help some of these guys out and come back and have some fun. So, I mean, you know, this is just great to see. Bobby Zielinski and Marcus Richardson are both big, you know, big time, you know, drivers, you know, with their abilities. And Bobby always shows it when he comes back, and he is right now with just a dominant performance out here. But you also got to think about the other guys too that, you know, are around when, you know, those two guys can't come back due to their, you know, pro driving duties. I mean, you know, Jake Nichols and Ben Nelson usually have the limelight then, but it's kind of like, you know, Bobby Zielinski's like, I got to come back and take it from you every once in a while.
Well, I think, you know, Peak is just, they're either almost done or they are done. I don't know. I think I asked you about that.
They have one more race, and that's at Homestead.
Yeah,
and that's next week.
And that's probably why Bobby's here tonight, which I'm surprised Marcus Richards is not here, but Bobby is here. So he's kind of running a limited season now. Maybe after Peak's over, we may see more of them, you know, after next week.
Do.
Yeah.
I can remember last year when the Pecan Free Series ended, we did see more Bobby Zielinski. He did come around a lot more often. Marcus Richardson still kind of stayed away a little bit, though, but Bobby, he always comes back during the off-season of pro.
I have no idea where these guys are in the Pro Series points-wise. I don't think I've ever checked into one of the races because I'm usually broadcasting. I've never checked in. But, you know, it probably would be kind of cool just to watch one to see how these guys are running against all them other guys in the Pro Series. And I know there's some other guys. Ben Nelson, he's on the road to pro. Jake Nichols is. But we've got some drivers. I think one that should get in it is Zoltan Hertzeg. I really do. And David Schutt. I think David Schutt is, or he was.
I think he tried it and just backed out or something.
Yeah, I still need to get into the Road to Pro Series. I'll try and do it for next season.
And one we're missing tonight, Tyler Ducharme.
Yeah.
Like
He'll
that,
probably
man.
he'll probably be in the Nork race tomorrow at Chicagoland.
Yeah, that would have been exciting though to see him in here because he brings the show. What do they call him? The Big Show or what do they call it? I can't remember. Big Show or something like that. Or Showtime. Showtime. That's what it is. Yep.
All right. Going back to what you guys were saying earlier about good drivers, making bad drivers good drivers. It's always good to see drivers who are struggling learn off of somebody like Bobby Solinsky or, some of the world-class drivers like Logan Clampett or something like that. If you want to learn how to race as good as the drivers in the Peak Antifree series, you got to learn from them themselves. Because even though everybody has their own driving style, you can learn from the good drivers and all that sort of stuff. Because as a driver myself, I'm not a world-class driver. I'm pretty much a struggling driver myself. So I have to learn from drivers like Bobby Solinsky. Check his going to practice and run how he runs, and you got to do that sort of stuff all throughout. Because driving on iRacing is not as easy as it sounds. You can't just get into a car and expect to run the same lap times as Bobby Solinsky. You got to learn from them. You gotta learn what lines to use and how to manage the throttle and brakes, and if you need brakes. And oval racing may look easy, but it is probably probably one of the hardest to run if you are pretty well inexperienced.
Well, Garrison Hogan just drove around Delonte Ballard, so he moves ahead another position. And Kyle Trudell got around Nick Northrup.
And I did stumble across the 2018 Peak Antifree's iRacing Series standings, and we'll go over here a little bit with the SRA drivers. The highest SRA driver that is a pro driver in the iRacing Peak Antifree Series is Bobby Solinsky, but he's in 7th place in points, so I don't think it's going to be a championship season for him because they've only got one race to go. And we've got Marcus Richardson down in 20th place in points.
Oh,
yeah, he has. Yeah,
what about like Jake Nichols or Ben Nelson?
They're not on the list.
Oh, they're not in there. Okay, that's right.
No.
They're on the road.
But there is a few old SRA drivers that I haven't seen for a while that I know have raced in SRA that are in this. Nicholas Shelton's one of them. He's in 8th, so he's a position behind Bobby Solinsky. And we've got Logan Clampett. He's in 9th.
Oh, okay. Yep. Yeah, Nicholas Shelton ran here a couple of seasons ago, and man, what a driver. He went out here and just spanked these guys' butt, man. I'll tell you. It was amazing. It came down to the final race between him and Bobby Solinsky for the championship. And he got collected there. I think Tyler Ducharme collected him. He bounced off the wall or something coming out of turn 2 and took out Nicholas Shelton, and Bobby Solinsky went on to win the championship that season.
Yes.
Man, what a race that was, because it came down to the final lap between them two. It was amazing.
Where's Jason Jacoby on that list? Because
Oh, that's
Jason
right. Yeah, he's in that too, ain't he? Jason Jacoby?
Jacoby?
Yeah.
He's not on the pro list here.
Oh no.
He's not?
Oh, he might be road to pro.
Oh, okay. Because I thought it was one of those world-class drivers. I thought it was one of those drivers. All right.
Tyler Sifford in 12th. We got to get a close-up of that car again, I'm telling you. There you go. That's a Crown Eater's car right there, and I'm telling you, Drea, that is amazing right there. You need to teach me how to paint like that, girl. I'm telling you. that is just amazing.
Yeah. Didn't Colton Davis used to race in SRA too?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yeah, he's on the pro list.
Yeah, I don't know where he's been lately.
No.
I haven't seen him around. And I think Jared Darling was another one, I think, that he was going to try out or something for it. But he's not here again tonight either.
No, he's not here. No.
Yeah.
Well, I think I know why Jared Darling's not here tonight. He was in Talladega yesterday.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yep, that's right. Probably not home yet.
Yeah.
Well, you know, one I'm surprised it's not in SRA is Justin Lisenby.
He used to be, wasn't
he? He's in chat. He's in chat, but he's not in the race. Robert Burris struggling along here, 12th.
Yeah. He started 13th, so he's
Yep.
picked up one position from his starting position. So, but I've noticed Rudy that he's kind of just, you know, drove around back here all night. He hasn't really
Yep.
picked up or lost too much positions.
Right.
So,
All right, well, let's get back up front here now. Zoltan and Jonathan Shipman battling for this second place. And it looks like Zoltan got a pretty good run coming off of 4 that time and beats Shipman to the line and does clear him and takes over second.
I've noticed that this these 33 laps that we're running here have been probably one of the calmest 33 laps we're probably going to get out of this entire race. And you know, that's the driver mentality that, you know, there's still a lot of time left, so we could, you know, race a little conservatively. But you know, I was seeing that a little bit in this 4-car group a couple laps ago. Now it looks like that the mentality switched from being conservative to being flat out aggressive again.
Oh my, Shipman way up against the wall. He drove it in there a little too hard. He is really trying to stay ahead of David Schutt, but look at Jake Nichols. Jake, he looked like he was going to take it down there on the low line. Schutt going to the bottom here underneath Shipman. And we just haven't seen that bottom line being that good right now. It's the upper line is actually come in enough, I think, that they could make some passes on the upper line. Oh, he drove it in there really hard, and he got it. Nice.
Nice.
That was nice.
But Shipman's already back underneath him.
Yep. Going to do the crossover on him.
Now I think these guys will probably have to make one more stop.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. He's did the slide drive up in front of Schutt, but Schutt comes back again on the inside.
I'm seeing our pole sitter come right back up to these guys. He made that mistake
Yeah.
on pit road. Here he is. He's back.
Yep, Ben Nelson's coming.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God.
Man, I'm telling you. Wow.
Oh my God.
I don't know how these guys handle that. You know, I mean, you're in a pack in the draft like this. The cars are very sensitive to the air disturbance around them, and how they can handle that and come out of that without wrecking it. That is just an amazing feat right there. I don't know how they do it.
I don't either.
You're yanking your wheel a lot to the right at this track more than you are to the left.
Yeah, I would say, yeah. And David Schutt come up in front of Shipman right there, and kind of, boy, that knocked the wind right out of Shipman's sails. He goes to the back of that pack. And Ben Nelson does clear Jake Nichols, goes into the 4th place. But Zoltan's driving away, guys, and he's about 1 second from Zielinski.
Yeah.
Man, Zielinski just, he's out there. He says he didn't feel like he had the fastest car. He thinks a lot of them guys behind him are faster than him, but he was hoping that he could figure the track out because he said it was awful tight. But I think he's got to figure it out.
And I'm looking...
69 laps and won the first stage. So it's going to be a big point day for Bobby Zielinski.
I'm looking at Ben Nelson here, and looking at his cockpit camera, and I'm seeing some damage to the back end of the David Schutt's car. Looks like his back end is just not really torn up, just bent in a little bit.
Who's that?
David Schutt.
Oh, David Schutt? Okay. See if I can get down here a little closer on David Schutt. Oh, yeah, I see that. Does look like maybe somebody got into the back of him. Yep.
Well, these guys may be racing aggressively. And they're not racing, you know, too hard on each other, which is, you know, that's good.
Ben Nelson's gonna, I think he's gonna get by Schutt here. Takes it down low enough, but it's still side by side here, comes down the backstretch.
They still have been battling for several laps now. They've been trading the position one after the other in every corner, and Jake Nichols is probably going to join this party here.
Oh yeah, I think he's just kind of waiting to see who's going to pass who here. But I'm telling you, they have let Zoltan just drive away from them.
Yeah.
And he's down to 0.8 of a second from Bobby Zielinski. He's closing. Yeah. He's coming, guys.
Oh yeah, he is.
And I think Bobby can feel it.
The gap is closing. There are some corners that the gap may drop. The gap may gain a little bit, but for the most part, Zoltan is just gaining on Bobby. And Ben Nelson and David Shutter still side by side. They ain't giving up.
Now Ben's going to get him. He got him.
Ben, he finally clears him.
Okay, now that Jake Nichols is sitting there watching all this, and he says, okay, now that Ben's got by, now I've got to figure out a way to get by. But they also got to be thinking about pit stops here, and I think we're going to start seeing them probably in about the next 10, 12 laps. We're going to start seeing these guys come to pit road.
I think you're right.
Yeah, they're going to probably at about 30 to go, right around in there somewhere.
Well, in the meantime, shall we do a quick crank it up, maybe?
Hey, that sounds like a winner. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I would not be a bit surprised to see the rest of the field start following suit here pretty soon, because we know that the longer they stay out, the more he's going to get by him here in the long run. He'll run them down.
Yeah, he will.
Jake Nichols is down.
Yep, he's coming down. But Hertzeg, so 1 second behind Bobby Cheney, or Bobby Zielinski, sorry. My bad. I wish it was Bobby Cheney up there. That would be cool. That would be cool. Ben Nelson. And he's come from a long ways back in the field, folks. If you remember, when they took the green, he was in 10th. And he's passed a lot of fast drivers out there right now to be in the third spot.
Yes,
I'm going to say if they're going to probably try to hold out here another 5 or 7 laps, 5 to 7 laps. I'm thinking that's kind of what the strategy is here. To come down with about 30 to go.
Tires are definitely wearing out.
Oh, Bobby Zielinski.
Bobby Zielinski's coming in.
He's coming in.
All
That's going to give the lead to Zoltan Hertzeg. And he's going to collect the bonus point.
I'm going to say, these tires must be wearing down pretty quickly. And they have.
Yeah.
It's going to make these last 40 laps quite the challenge for many of these drivers, because this is the longest we've ran. And it's been 40 laps, so these drivers are going to have to run the last 40 laps as pretty much.
All right, Zoltan's coming in. And that's going to give the lead to Ben Nelson. Now he's going to get his bonus point for leading the lap. And so I'm saying he's probably going to come in the next time around. Because the longer you stay out here, the worse it's going to get for you. You know?
Oh, Nelson. Okay.
Yeah, Ben's already getting loose there, coming off the corners.
I'm seeing him shake. I'm seeing him shake the wheel left and right like he's warming up the tires. So
if he don't come in this time, I don't know.
He's coming in.
Yep, he's coming in. Yep. Good call.
Very good. Good call. Yep. You don't want to. Man, did he lock it down?
Yeah.
Ooh. Aaron Cummings coming in too.
That'll put the lead to Shipman.
Now
Jonathan Shipman.
Let's watch Ben Nelson here as he comes to his pit stall, because we've seen him make a mistake there once. We don't want to see him do that again.
Jonathan Shipman is the last driver that has not pitted yet.
Very good pit stop. Very good. Yeah, Jonathan Shipman will probably come in next. He wanted to stay out there long enough to lead a lap. Oh, I guess he has already led a lap. Never mind. All right, Ben Nelson is away. Yeah, Jonathan's got to be, man, he needs to come in like ASAP here.
Now the thing is the longer he stays out, yes, it is going to be quite difficult for handle the car, but he will also have some fresh tire advantages. If a caution doesn't come out, he'll be able to pass these guys a lot easier than the drivers that came down earlier.
Well, Zielinski is the next one to get back on the lead lap here, or I'm sorry, Zoltan. And he's not that far behind Bobby Zielinski enough, though, that they got Kyle Trudell in between. These guys have all made their final pit stop. Now, the one I'm concerned about is Ben Nelson now. Ben is still a lap down. And he probably would really like to see a caution now. He's going to pass Nate Trito, and that puts him in the lucky dog position. So if a caution would come out right now, he would be the lucky dog, be back on the lead lap in 8th place. So watch him and see if he can't run down Bobby Zielinski, guys.
Already I'm seeing Garrison Hogan, according to my timing screen, he already has 11 laps on his tire, so he came down extremely early, trying to get track position, which is, good strategy, but I don't know on the long run if that'll help him out. If anything, Garrison really needs a caution, because Jonathan Shipman, he's going to be coming down pit road any second now, so the drivers who are a lap down are going to get their lap back.
Right. Yep. And 3 cautions here tonight. We've only had 4 lead changes. Zielinski's led to most laps. Gosh, I'll have to see if I can find the number on that, but let's see if we can get to Bobby here and find out how many laps he has led tonight. 79, so clearly the most laps led goes to Bobby Zielinski.
Correct.
Man.
I think what Jonathan Shipman's trying to do is that strategy I talked about earlier, try to get the fresh tires advantages, so when these last 30 laps, these last 29 laps wind down, he can be able to charge through the field quicker than most of the other drivers.
Right. Now, David Shutt and Jake Nichols are in a battle for 3rd and 4th here right now. And, they are closing that gap on Jonathan Shipman a lot. He is, that last lap, he was about 2.5 seconds slower than Bobby Zielinski. Yeah, he's coming in.
All right, that'll hand the lead over to Bobby Zielinski.
Yes, sir. He will come around here and resume the lead. But David Shutt and Jake Nichols on his tail. Oh, Jake just blinked out. What happened to him?
Oh, boy.
Oh, please tell me he did not. No, please.
That's not going to be good.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he's receiving throughput. His he's down to 50.
Oh, no.
Yikes.
Poor Jake.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to put Zoltan in 3rd now. Yep. And Kyle Trudell 4th. And these guys are quite a bit behind 2nd place David Shutt. I don't know if there's enough time for Shutt to run down Bobby Zielinski.
It's going to be quite. It's going to be quite difficult because he has 3 lap older tires than Zielinski does.
Oh yeah, he probably isn't. If
the only
anything, I would say probably Zoltan's going to run him down.
The only way we're going to see it is Bobby Solinsky is going to get caught up in this lap traffic, which he's starting to catch.
Yep. It's coming up on James Coulibaly. Coulibaly running in 20th.
And Zoltan is basically on the same tires as Bobby Solinsky, so yeah. Zoltan does have a chance of catching him.
Yeah, he is closing the gap. He's down to 1.6, or I'm sorry, 3.3 seconds. But 1.6 from David Shutt, so he's closing up on David Shutt. So it's going to be a great day for Zoltan today. He needed this. He was 14th in the points coming into today.
I'm trying to get a nice look at what's ahead of Bobby's, so I can see where the heavy traffic is. But it doesn't look like there's really much of any lap heavy traffic. It's coming up on Sean Williams. Sean has just not had a good day whatsoever. He got involved in the first accident, and it pretty much just took him out. Pretty much after that.
Yep.
Heavy damage.
Trying to get the damage fixed up the best he can. He goes a lap down here. 16th place. So there's 15 cars left on the lead lap. The next one's going to be Nicholas Caressel, and he's not that far ahead of the leader right now. Well, let's run down through the field here real quick, guys, before we get closer to the end here. Bobby Zielinski started 10th, running in the lead, has led 83 laps, coming to 84 this time. David Shutt started 6th, running in 2nd. Zoltan Herzeg started 7th, running in 3rd. Al Trudell started 12th, running in 4th, having an awesome run today. Ben Nelson, running him down. He was our pole sitter, running in 5th place. Nate Trado started 5th, running in 6th place. Nick Northrup started 8th, running in 7th. Bobby Cheney started 2nd, right on the outside row of the front row. He is back in 8th place. Garrison Hogan in 9th after starting 24th on the field. And Robert Burris rounding out the top 10 here, started 13th, and he's going to get by Garrison Hogan and take over 9th. So that's your top 10. Tyler Sifford in 11th here after starting 19th. And Jonathan Shipman, I think he just waited too long there, guys.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, I mean, he's 19 and a half seconds behind the leader, Bobby Zielinski. And even though he does have a lot fresher tires, that's a lot of ground to make up here in 22 laps.
Now, even with the fresh tires advantages, you still need to have the leader in your sights in order for it to be a real big advantage. What Jonathan Shipman did, even though he's in 12th and he could probably track down, if this race continues to go great, he could probably track down and grab a top 10. He needs a caution in order for him to have a contending shot to win this race. But with how spread out everybody is, the only real danger that I'll see is if somebody just ends up hitting the wall or losing it. But that's going to be real difficult to do. Even though this track may be slick, these drivers haven't had much issues with the track like we've seen in the past.
Yep. Well, thank you, Gator Boy. Appreciate that. Gator Boy's reporting to us that he just talked to Jake Nichols, and Jake lost power at his house. So, yeah, that's kind of a bad deal right there. Well, yeah. Bobby Zielinski is going to get by Aaron Cummings. Aaron, bounces off the wall. Oh, my gosh. Wow. Trying to get Bobby the whole bottom line there and give him plenty of room, and man, he got himself into the wall. Yep. Here comes Zoltan by, 2nd place, and he is 2.3 seconds behind the leader right now.
Yeah, those tires are really. Actually, no, never mind, because they're all the same tires. It's just this traffic is hurting Zoltan more than it's helping him.
Right. Well, he just got clear of them, so now he's got clear track all the way up to Bobby Zielinski. Let's see what he can do with that clear track now.
I'm trying to see where the next car was. I think it'll be Delacha Ballard. And he's entering turn 3 right about now. So Bobby has Bobby Zielinski has like a whole turn.
Yep.
of a gap there. And
Yeah, he's
that,
about 4 seconds or 5 seconds ahead of him.
I would say so. It'll close down, but it's gonna take a lot of laps. But I think unless a caution comes out, I don't think Zoltan will be able to catch Bobby.
Yeah, it's not looking too good right now. He's 2.3 seconds, but that's still a great finish for Zoltan. He really needed this. He finished. What did he finish? Third in the or in the stage, or I don't remember where he finished in the stage. I know he was right up there. So, Jeff, what do you think of the racing so far, man? This is pretty amazing stuff, huh?
Oh, it's been great. I mean, we seen Ben Nelson at the first stage there just battling his, heart out with those guys and, really working up the car, slipping and sliding around. And he still is a little bit. And, the way Zoltan's been running tonight, man, he's just had a great run out here tonight. But Bobby Zielinski on rails, this race has had a lot of drivers with ups and downs and also had a lot of drivers just doing tremendous tonight. And it's just had a little bit for everybody in it. There's been some great side-by-side racing. It's kind of right now, everybody's kind of got single filed out. But, other than that, the racing's been great.
Hey, Christopher, how you doing, Christopher? Haven't seen you in a while there, buddy. I was just reading through chat there, trying to catch up.
Well, and it looks like the gap is now less than 2 seconds.
Yep, he is coming, but I don't think there's enough laps left for him to catch Bobby.
Now 15 laps to go, and the only hope is for a caution from Zoltan, but it's how talented these drivers are. Even though they may be aggressive, they're still talented enough that they can keep it nice and straight. And I don't think we'll see a caution unless it's a real late one.
Yep. Ben Nelson, oh my gosh, another good save. He is really having difficulty with coming out of turn 2, man. That seems to be the nail biter for him. But he is closed up on David Schutt now, getting by David. Trying to get by David. He's going to have to drive it into turn 1 pretty hard here, but coming out of 2 is where he really gets extremely loose, so he's got to be right up on that wheel every second. Wow, good run right there, though. Schutt got tight in the corner, and Ben Nelson does clear him.
And we were talking about Jonathan Shipman before with his tires. He actually was able to track down the drivers that were ahead of him, and now he's up to the 8th spot.
No, I was just letting you talk. I'm watching the race. I'm okay. I'm wondering if Ben Nelson does have something in store here. The lap's winding down, and as far back as he is, I think knock on wood, I don't want one to happen. I think you need a caution probably to kind of help him in the position that he's in currently.
Right. It's going to be very difficult to track down Bobby because he has been the fastest driver all throughout today. And Zoltan is catching him, but it is like very slowly catching him.
Yeah, very, very slowly catching him. Yeah, indeed. We got Nick Northrup. He's had a pretty good run today. He's back here in 6th position right now. He's got Nate Trado behind him. This is the I'll take that back. I think 77 cars. So Nicholas Cressel's a lap down. Yeah, I thought he was in the mix there, but no. But yeah, Nick Northrup is with Nate Trado behind him here. Nate and Nick both have had a pretty good run tonight, along with Kyle Trudell. Kyle Trudell's had an amazing run tonight, coming from 12th up to 5th here. And just a lot of these guys that's in the top 10 right now are all kind of, say the least, a little bit surprising to be up here. I mean, this is some of the guys that, they can run up front, but I'm just saying that, they normally run around in the, low top 10, and they're having a good run out here tonight. Zoltan Hertzeg in 2nd place here, down to 1.7 seconds on Bobby Zielinski. He's closing up on him a little bit here, and with 10 laps to go, I don't know if that's going to be enough. We'll see.
It's not out of the picture entirely, but it's going to be very, very difficult for Zoltan to catch Bobby Solinsky.
Okay. Yep. Now we got Bobby Cheney. He's still running in 9th place here. I mean, after he had a promising look in practice and qualifying session, starting on outside the front row, he did run up front for a couple laps, and then it just started to fall off. And it just seems like he has never been able to get back up to that, position and being able to be up there. Kind of like he hit a brick wall a little bit, and that car just didn't want to go no further than 9th position. That's kind of a upset for him, but I mean, he's had great runs here and there, and it's just one of those nights, and, every race car driver will have that, but, yeah, man, that's just tough break for Bobby Cheney after having such an excellent practice and qualifying session.
Well, one thing I did want to mention here, guys, Tyler Sifford now breaking into the top 10 here, and, he was not even in the top 20 in points coming into today. He had a horrible qualifying time in 19. He is running in the top 10, so that is really great news. Tyler Sifford and the Crayon Eating team there, man, that's pretty cool. Heck yeah. No, I'm here, Christopher. I seen your chat there. I've been letting these guys try to talk, so I'm going to let them handle the rest of this and the interview.
Well, Bobby Solinsky has led an outstanding 103 laps in counting this one, and it's obviously climbing, and it's probably going to be 108 the very most, and if caution comes out now, I'm pretty certain it's going to be over. So the hope of a caution is over for Zoltan. Now he has to track down Bobby, and he's just a little over 1.5 seconds back.
Yeah. There was somebody there in front of Zoltan that got a little loose. I think it was the 20 car of Ethan Kurtz. He's okay now. He is 2 laps down, running in 18th. Hello? Oh, Brad Bothwell, he's back here running in 16th position. He's 1 lap down. He started 15th, so he's I think the farthest up I've seen him is around 11th to the 10th. So he has, I think, reached the top 10 at least once tonight, but kind of just not had a good run that he'd hoped for tonight, and he's kind of been mired back here in around 16th and 15th position. Zoltan down to a 2.5 here over Bobby Solinsky, but the race is coming to a close here as we come around this time by. It'll be 2 to go, and I don't think Zoltan has enough time to really catch him unless Bobby makes a mistake, and that's very, very seldomly going to happen when you got Bobby Solinsky out front. Yeah, Ben Nelson's 1 second back from Zoltan in 3rd. Now, that would be enough here with 2 laps, I think, to catch him. I'm not too sure, though, the way that Zoltan's been running, too. But I don't know if Ben's really struggling with that car like he was in the beginning. Yeah, he is. I just seen him come off turn 2 there, and he was a little squirrely. So I don't think he's probably – I think most of these guys, they're going to finish where they are. All right, coming to take the white flag here. 1 more lap around Atlanta for Bobby Solinsky.
Pretty much dominated this entire race. He won the first stage, albeit it wasn't a gimme. It's no doubt he's, yeah, it wasn't a gimme, and we're gonna say this right now. It's gonna be quite a very easy ride for Bobby Solinsky.
One last time off of turn 4, there he is.
Yep. Come on, checkered flag, and your winner tonight for this race at SRA for the SimSpeedShop.com Gen 6 Series, it is Bobby Zielinski, so congratulations. And we've got Zoltan Herczeg coming across the line in second, and Ben Nelson, with a handful of a car, will come home in third.
Good race nonetheless.
Yes, it was. So we'll let these guys get settled in here, and just momentarily we'll get with them and get the interviews in.
That's fine.
And that's why I never tried to keep it float through the
I see they're
trail
talking, so I'll give them a minute.
I also am trying so hard to get you. Bobby Zielinski, you got a copy? Yes. Well, we talked to you back at the end of that stage because you got the hood on that, and you just had a pure dominant performance out here tonight, my friend. You got the overall win as well, so tell us how it feels. Well, it's pretty awesome. I've never won here before, and it's my first time in SRA winning Atlanta, and it took 17 tries, but yeah, I'm really happy. Oh, that's awesome to hear that. To finally mark a track off your list here at SRA and get a win here. But really, tell us, how was it in the last part of this race? When I asked you earlier, how much of a challenge it was, knowing how rough the track is and the way the tires and the setup was. How much harder was it running that last segment there? It actually got a bit easier because the track rubbered in, and when the track rubbered in, it just felt a lot better to me, and I was able to just really have a much better control of the car, and those tight plow issues I was having, I was still having them, but I figured out how to kind of avoid them being like really bad to me and just affecting my driving. So yeah, it really helped with the rubber being put down on the track, and if you get the center right and you don't push tight through the center, it makes the exit a lot easier. Great. Well, Bobby, there's only one more race left in the iRacing Pro Series for you this season. It's still a couple weeks away, or a week away. So are we going to see you back again next week? Yeah, we'll see. I, love racing over here in SRA. This is, home. This is where I, learned everything, really. So we'll see, but I think I'll be there. And what's your Pro Series off-season going to look like? You also going to try to come back over to SRA and maybe go for another championship, or you going to, maybe get some more Pro Series practice in for the next season? Oh yeah, I might do the full year on this current SRA season. The championship is kind of, it's not really a huge goal for me or anything. With it being at Talladega, it's such a crapshoot, really. So I mean, it's you want to win a championship, but with what I've got, not really worried about it, honestly. I just like showing up and having fun. Well, is there any tracks on the schedule this season that you haven't got a win at yet and you want to mark off along with Atlanta now? I would have to check. Atlanta's been in my head for a while that I knew I didn't win at, just because we've been here so many times and just not being able to win at it, it sucks. I don't really know, by heart what tracks I haven't won at yet, so I can't really answer your question, but if there is one, hopefully I can win there. Alrighty, well, I can't remember what the road course is this season you guys are going to. I want to say it's Mount Panorama. Have you won there before in the Cup cars? I know you guys have raced the Cup cars there at SRA before. Yeah, I have. It was a really hard, fought battle with Benjamin Nelson, actually, the last time we were there, and I barely was able to hold him off. So I'm sure there's tracks I haven't won at still. I don't know them. All right, Bobby. Well, as you said, you got this one marked off the list, so congratulations on your win tonight here in Atlanta. Is there anybody you'd like to give thanks or shout to before you go celebrate? Yeah, thanks to everyone at SRA for putting the league on. You guys at MaxSpeedTV, and of course the sponsor on the car, Virtual Racing School.
Awesome. Well, congratulations once again, and good luck in the rest of the season here for you, Bobby.
Thanks.
All right, Zoltan Hertzeg, you got a copy?
Hey, what's up?
Well, Zoltan, we're watching you week in and week out here, and, we seen your, performance last season, and, man, we just want to tell you it was a great one to, just be a part of and watch. And, you have been an improved driver over here, from the get-go of that last season. You just, kept coming out here showing these guys you could race with them every step of the way, and you got a second-place finish here tonight at Atlanta, and you've been running up front for a while now, my friend. Tell us how it feels to get another podium finish here.
Yeah, it feels good to finally be able to kind of contend. I felt fast at the end of that run. I was pushing it hard, and then I wish I found that high line, the high line, a little bit earlier in that last run. I think could have made it a little bit closer. I don't know if I would have been able to get to Bobby, but it would have been fun.
Well, when we talked to Bobby there after he won that stage, we talked about the tire degradation here and, how the track was making it feel. And he said it was a little bit hard to do, but he said he felt that on the longer run, once we got through the stage and got more laps under it and that track rubbered in, he said it felt a little bit better. What was your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it definitely tightened up that last run. So you're actually able to get on the throttle a little bit more than the runs before that. But earlier in the race, it was just crazy at the baby that throttle so much just to not to tire spin off the corner. But I always like this track. It's a lot of fun.
Well, Zoltan, we know how your championship efforts went last season, and, man, we just want to say that you gave it your best. But coming into a new season now and getting a fresh start, and you've already been looking pretty good, what's your thoughts on this season going for a championship?
Yeah, last season I missed just too many races to personal things, and then this season I'm gonna try to run the whole thing. I already feel better this season. Last week was a close race. Could have got the win over there, but things didn't turn out my way. But I'm really looking forward to the races coming up.
Well, what's your thoughts on next week's race?
To be honest, I'm not even, where are they at? I'm not even too sure where they're at.
I'm not too sure either, to be honest. Let me go see real quick.
Well, I know wherever it's going to be, there's going to be some fun, clean racing.
They're going to be at Las Vegas next week, so what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm excited for Las Vegas. That's where I got my only win in SRA, so hopefully that turns out pretty well.
That is true. Well, and you know something, maybe that'll help you get another win, and you can notch another win in your, belt there. But, with that being said, this is another mile and a half, but two different mile and a halves back to back, because, Las Vegas is completely different from Atlanta, but they are the same length. What's something that you can't, from week in and week out, if you have back-to-back mile and a halves, but they're a little bit different, with them being the same length, is there anything that you can take from one previous to another that, might be able to help you in your, efforts in the next one?
No, I'm not too sure. Maybe just throttle control. Try not to spin the tires. But that's really the only thing I can think of. Other than that, they're pretty different.
All right, Zoltan Wilt, you got a podium finish here tonight, second place. You got anybody that you'd like to give thanks for shout out to before you go celebrate?
Yeah, I want to thank you guys for broadcasting it, and I want to thank everybody who puts together this league. It's a really fun league to run.
Awesome, Zoltan Wilt. Congratulations on your podium finish again here tonight in Atlanta, and good luck next week at Las Vegas.
Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it.
All right, Ben Nelson, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, Ben, to start things out here, just amazing driving by you tonight, my friend, man. Me and Rudy and Taylor and, Keith, everybody was in the booth tonight. We were just watching you drive that car just like a boss out there tonight, man. It just seemed like that every time you get on those longer runs, your tires would just degrade more than it seemed like what everybody else's tires were, and you'd be just manhandling the steering wheel on that race car. Tell us about that experience.
Yeah, especially at the beginning of the race, when everybody else was slipping and sliding more. That's when I tend to do the best, is when everybody's like out of control. That's kind of just what I like. But the reason I looked more out of control than everybody else is because I was saving my right front a lot, and it made my right rear get a little unhappy. But I could turn in the center really well, so that's why I was making all that ground up on the bottom, and it was working. Just I made a pit road mistake and sort of threw the win out the window there, but at least I got third.
Kind of run us back through that and tell us just how that felt, but still yet you come back and battle back from it and got podium finish.
Yeah, it was under caution, or stage caution, I think, and I just slid through and I was too far left, so I had to back up and get into the box correctly, and that I got out 10th and I came in second, so I definitely would have had a better shot to win the race if I was second, but or third even, and it would have been fine. It would have been just less stressful, but I just made a mistake. I can't win races doing that.
No, not at all. But I mean, you still had a great run out there tonight, Ben. You know, being able to battle back from something like that and come up and still get a podium finish. Still a good points night for you. And you know, to tell us about Atlanta itself tonight. You know, with the way the tire degradation was and everything like that. What was your thoughts coming into tonight's race after you got in here, saw what the weather was going to be like, kind of got some practice laps in, and kind of noticed what the car was going to feel like?
Well, I knew when it started to get real loose that I was going to be pretty good. That's just what this place does to tires. It just shreds really all the tires, but it's more noticeable that it shreds the right rear on the long run, and you're loose everywhere on the straightaways. And it did seem to get tighter at the beginning. I mean, at the end of the race. Not really at the end of the runs. It really didn't get tighter at just like on 40-lap old tires. It was really when the track rubbered up and heated up a lot that it started to get tighter. And I don't prefer that, but since it gets loose again, like at the end of the run, I like it. It's not the balance I prefer, but you just got to drive the car. And I did a decent job. I think if I hadn't made that mistake, Bobby and I would have had a pretty good battle there. But as it stands, I'm glad that he was able to get his first win in Atlanta.
Yeah, it was just great watching you guys race all night long there in the beginning of that, stage, and then when it, come down to the last part of the race. And I'll tell you one thing, Ben, I think tonight we're going to give you the award for best saves of a race car tonight, because when your car is getting loose and stuff like that, man, you saved that car tremendous amounts of times and just, kept it going. It also looked like you didn't even hardly lose any speed on a couple of those.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm used to that stuff at this track. It's just second nature. You just save it.
All right, Ben. Well, congratulations on your comeback there and getting a third place finish tonight. Do you have anybody you'd like to give thanks or shout out to before you go celebrate?
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to thank MS&Me Media and the CMTA, the Shotgun Marine Teams Association, and SRA, all the admins. And you guys for broadcasting the race. I can't wait to go back and watch this. I love watching them. They're a lot of fun. And everybody that came out to race, we just can't have these good races unless we have drivers that can race. And we had a lot of green today. That was really impressive.
It really was. Well, before we let you go here, Ben, give us your thoughts on how you think you'll be next week at Las Vegas.
Vegas isn't really one of my strongest tracks, but I can be competitive. I'll give it my best shot.
Awesome, Ben. Well, once again, congratulations on your finish, and good luck next week.
Thank you.
For finishing results here, and we'll get this one closed out for you tonight here. All right, Bobby
Hold
Zielinski.
on. Okay.
Alrighty. Bobby Zielinski comes home with the win tonight here, folks, and just what an amazing feat that he did out there. Just, man, leading the most laps tonight, and he just is on rails out there, and he got another one that he said he hadn't got a win here before, so he marked that one off of his list, so congratulations to him on getting the win tonight. Zoltan Herczeg, man, one of mine, Rudy's favorites over here at SRA last season, and again this season. He had an exceptional run out there tonight, and he'll get a second place finish. Ben Nelson battling back after that pit road incident and just had an amazing run after that. Man, really manhandling that race car, but told us it was a little bit by design as he was trying to save tires and was making, some tires angry while he was trying to save them. So, but battling back, third place, great run for him as well. David Shutt will finish in fourth. Kyle Trudell will finish fifth. Nick North will finish in sixth. Nate Trado will finish seventh. Jonathan Shipman, man, a good run from him too. He showed some initiative out there in the beginning, but kind of fell off toward the end, and he'll finish in eighth place tonight. Bobby Chaney, really don't know what happened to him. He started on second position, shotgun on the outside front row, had a promising practice and qualifying session, and we thought he was really going to be a factor in this tonight, but for some reason just couldn't really find it after, the stage there, and ended up finishing ninth, but still a good top 10 finish for him. And rounding out our top 10 is Tyler Sifford. All right, Taylor.
Robert Buros will be in finish 11th, Garrison Hogan 12th, Bryce Sinzak in 13th, Delacha Ballard in 14th, Nicholas Crozel in 15th, Brad Bothwell in 16th, Sean Williams 17th. Sean Williams is the last car to be one lap down. Actually had a pretty terrible race today. Got involved in an accident earlier, one of the first accidents, and pretty much cannot. I don't know if he got the damage fully repaired or just had a terrible day. Who knows? Ethan Kurtz will finish 18th, Aaron Cummins in 19th, James Colton-Bailey in 20th. 21st, Jake Nichols. He was having a very promising run, and his power went out, which was very unfortunate. Stephen Lesneski in...
Lesentine.
Lesentine, excuse me, in 22nd. Josh Robin, 23rd. Eric Sable in 24th, Brett Punkery in 25th, and Anthony Emery 26th.
All right. Very good. Very good. All right. Well, again, congratulations here to our winner, Bobby Zielinski for SRA and MaxSpeedTV. You guys, thank you very much. Taylor, Jeff, Keith, thank you guys for helping out tonight. Appreciate it so much. It means the world to me to have you guys in the booth. So, and I mean wholeheartedly. But, folks, until next time, stay safe. Have a good night.
MaxSpeedTV would like to thank our partners here at MaxSpeedTV, starting with the Colby Eye Paints. If you're in the market for a new paint job for your car, check out Colby's Eye Paints on Facebook. Need a replica paint of your real-life car? Colby's Eye Paints has you covered. Check out Colby Eye Paints on Facebook. Also by Hershey Design. Hershey Design Company is your one-stop graphics shop if you're in need of an iRacing paint, league, team, or business logo, or want the logo on some sweet swag. Hit up Orion at the Hershey Design Company. You can find them on Facebook by searching HERSHY Design Company. Also by the Sim Speed Shop, simspeedshop.com. You can check them out for all your iRacing sim needs. Ohio IndyCar League jumping on board this season with as an official sponsor of MaxSpeedTV. They are also accepting not just patrons from Ohio, but from all over. Also iBog for all your iRacing broadcast overlay graphics done specifically by Jason Allison, one of the masters at it. So thank you to Jason. And also, last but not least, Wise Guys. You can check them out at Reverb Nation. That is spelt with a Z. So check them out on Reverb Nation. We would like to thank all of the sponsors at MaxSpeedTV and partners.